I couldn't take it any longer. Wow, it was crazy. I started swearing up and down on my mother's grave.
Before we go any further, do you love me?
Will you love me forever? So now I'm praying for the end of time to hurry up and arrive. Cause if I gotta spend another minute with you, I don't think I'm gonna survive. I'll never break my promise or forget my vow. But God only knows what I can do right now. Praying for the end of time so I can end my time with you. Well, it was long ago and it was far away, and it was so much better than it is today.
Never felt so good, never felt so right. Blowing like metal on the edge of the night. But you gotta sing both at the same time, right?
Oh yeah, you do. You gotta have the girl in there too. There's an important thing right there. Turn around.
Take a splash.
This is a very, very, very important.
Whew. Wow, speaking of nasty.
I don't know how safe that is, but obviously it's a proven concept.
Yeah.
You know?
And like George, you're saying this is, a parts car and whatever stuff, but
Sure.
one guy's parts car is another guy's fixer-upper.
Zero to 100 in about 3 seconds? Might be the end of the line for that one, George.
Might be. Closing the gate.
You get to have all kinds of real man fun.
I'm good.
This is going to be obviously an impressive build. It's from the ground up, and I see a lot of cool stuff under suspension. Going to have a look at that. And yeah, even got the fancy wheels on it. It is totally stripped right down, as you can see, literally the bare metal. You hear those comments.
Yeah, I can't believe it. When I'm hearing people say that this thing is going to be fixed up and running in 2 months, the way it looks right now, I don't even know what I'm looking at. There's no doors on it. But I see beautiful stuff. These rims are brand spanking new. They're made by this company called Koenig, so he's got 4 beautiful rims on there. Real expensive brakes in here, Kevin.
Yeah, there's a few different manufacturers like that do some really crazy calipers and performance stuff, and you can see also the rotors you have the holes in them for cooling. Got some fancy adjustable struts that are here as well. I'm seeing brand spanking new nice brake lines back there, fittings and lines, and yeah, so I suspect that frame-wise everything is probably super solid.
Yeah.
Haven't looked under the hood yet.
We haven't looked under the hood, and I'll tell you, there's a secret under the hood when we eventually get to see it, but I think it's a Lexus motor. It's a V8 that's in this car now, so this is not the original motor anymore. It's been upgraded, so as crazy as this all looks, as we've just talked about, there's all this wonderful new stuff that's kind of hidden here right now that's going to be shining real soon. Even these tires are brand spanking new and everything, so it's quite an incredible thing to watch something stripped completely down and being repaired right from the ground up, and it's going to be quite amazing when we see what this car finally looks like when it's done. Henry tells us 2 months, so I guess 2 months is how long we're going to have to wait. He's even got the entire sunroof top going in here, and I think this is all brand spanking new. It was never like that originally and stuff, so it's being custom made somewhere else and being put on here as well. Pretty big modern stereos going in as well. The owner wants to keep it all looking stock, so it's going to be sort of hidden. You're going to see the old classic AM FM. I think it might only be Stephen AM only that's actually in there. So when he goes traveling, he's going to go take it down to Boston, driving all around. I think they still have a few AM radio stations down there to play the baseball games and everything. So he's going to be able to travel back in time and turn it on and do that. So. And he's got a new sexy steering wheel that's going in too, but it's in keeping with the vehicle as well. It's going to look real nice. So some exciting stuff to check out. Look at that dash right now. And we'll see it sometime soon, all cleaned up.
Yeah, this will obviously be a good shot because it's going to be an incredible transformation. I'm just going to back up here, probably where you'd be sitting in the passenger side.
There's a second car here somewhere. There's a whole donor car. It's almost the exact same year as this. And here are the guys again. What were we talking about earlier? Is it called a Celica or a Celica?
Well, I always called it a Celica. But a fellow a couple of years back said, no, it's a Celica. I've never found the answer. So We need the answers. It's
There's an
Celica or
actress
Celica?
named Connie Celica, I think, but I don't know if it's Celica
I
or
don't
Celica.
think so.
Celica's not spelled the same
Which
way.
one looks
but-
better, the actress or the car? I don't know, right?
In this case,
the car's
I
going to
don't
look
know.
pretty good when we're done here, you know.
Colin, do they know? Do these guys know what they're talking about? Is it a Celica or a Celica? What have you been calling it?
I call it Celica.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Canada, it was
The vote is in. At least in this part of the world, we're calling this thing a Celica.
This might be an American thing. Maybe the American thing's a Celica. So click here down in the bottom right-hand side. Add your comments. Let us know. Is it a Celica or Celica? We're going to continue to call it both for now.
Can they do that?
Sure they
Is
can.
there a click option?
This is going to add that.
Well, you're going to put that on.
We're going to magically make that work somehow.
Yeah, we're going to hire an editor. to do
There
that.
we go.
So I heard there's a donor car. Is it
Where's the
around
donor
here?
car? Yeah, the donor car's out back. We were just looking at.
Well, let's go.
The one inside was from the Carolinas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so where did he go?
Where'd who go? Henry? Colin?
Oh, there he is.
Kevin?
What's my name? What planet? What century is this?
We had Paul here for a second.
Yeah. So the one that was inside was from the Carolinas, from North Carolina, I think you said, right? And this one came from New Mexico. So the one inside is a 72, this is a 73. So there's a few little differences here that was pointed out to me. The tail light assembly is different. And this one is actually an automatic. And I'm being told it's probably the first year that they came up with the automatic, because most of them were little 4-speeds. But what we're really liking here is the secretary rack. Put your luggage on there, right? Or the stewardess rack, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
There's your luggage rack. Yeah, and the big rubber bumper guards. Remember when they mandated the 5-mile-per-hour bumpers, the crush points inside?
I thought maybe these were really bad cars and you had to push them a lot or something. There's a lot of, so you got a lot of great parts out of this, Colin, I'm thinking. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, you remember when we did the
Fender,
Mercedes spark plugs?
Yeah.
Have a look here. George, remember when we did the spark plug wires and everything and stuff? What's going on here? Look how easily accessible this is. We talked about how tricky some vehicles are. Colin's been telling us that this is one of the easier vehicles to actually get in and actually work on the original motor, right?
Well, yeah, because you got your distributor cap right there, and everything's all nicely exposed. Got to remember, the modern cars are all computer-assisted design now, CAD. So the computers figure out exactly where everything is going to go, and in many cases, just enough for a special tool to access it, or maybe a couple of fingers and stuff. They pack a lot in there now. Back in the day, no computer-assisted design. You just built your engine, you put it all together. It was much simpler. Not a whole lot of CPUs, computer sensors, all this other stuff, and accessibility. Right? Simplicity led to accessibility.
This puppy is like totally wide open. There's a distributor. This is a fuel pump right here. Fuel lines I can get at the fuel. There's a little fuel filter. I want to change the oil. Here's where I fill the oil. Here's the oil filter. And I'm betting, I think I would bet you that I could reach down from up here and get that oil plug out and drain the oil.
I drain the oil.
From above.
Yeah.
There's a transmission dipstick. Hey, wanted to check underneath the distributor cap. I don't even have to use a screwdriver. Just boop, boop. There it is. There's the rotor. There's a nice set. There's a little set of points under there. So everything I can need to do on this car for a tune-up is going to be really easy to get to.
And that includes the air filter.
It does never look clean though under here, Kevin.
Yeah,
That
no,
looks fantastic.
I mean these wires are probably, these may be aftermarket, but they don't look that old.
Remember, it was down in New Mexico, so things can still look a little newer. There's no salt, there's nothing like that, right?
And a lot of folks did their own maintenance as well, right?
Well, because it's simple. Look, here's the breather, okay? It's just one nut on the top. It's gone right now, but it's one nut, sits over top of the carburetor, for those old enough to remember carburation. You take that one nut off, here's your air filter.
Yeah, shine a light inside to see if it needs a new one.
Put it back in, put the lid back on, put it over this pin right here, this bolt, okay, which comes right up through the carburetor, and there's your fuel. There's your fuel, air mixture right here. There's your carburetor, okay.
Even the belt, Chris, there's one belt on this car, and it's adjustable by the alternator. One bolt for the alternator here. There's the belt right here. So quickly I can reach down inside, check the tension on my belt. Another quick way to check too is if I can turn that alternator by hand, which looks like it's slipping a little bit here. If I can turn it by hand and it slides in that belt, then it needs to be tightened up. So
And all you need is a little lever, a little
Yep.
bar. You loosen that one bolt behind there on the slider, and you just put a bar in there, find a nice part of the engine that's not fragile, a little bit of the block, and just pull it back, tighten that bolt with the other hand, you're good.
Bob's your uncle. It's awesome. Too easy.
Too easy.
A lot easier than the BMW, eh? Or Mercedes.
Absolutely.
C220. You can edit that piece out.
Or an Alpina. Or an Alpina.
There you go.
And we're going to show you the fine interior. This is ready to drive. Oh, maybe not.
Some stuff robbed out of here.
Well, it's a parts car, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. We're going to be using this to rebuild the other one. And we're going to have a very sweet... So you're thinking that your remote mirror adjuster is some kind of new invention or something? Take a look down here. Remember, this is a 1973. Just a little...
Whoa!
See? It goes all over the place.
That's
Right? Right?
And now, George, you're saying this is, a parts car and whatever stuff, but
Sure.
one guy's parts car is another guy's fixer-upper. And I'll tell you, the owner of this car called, and he's had a bunch of people already wondering what he's doing with it, because for them, this is the car to start with. And actually buy the parts off eBay, do whatever, and start fixing it up. So
There's
the odds of this car running again, I don't know. It could happen.
It could happen.
Absolutely. I think it's some
There's the
enthusiasm
advantage
for
of
it.
the computer age too, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, you've got eBay, you've got Amazon, you've got all these places. You've got a lot of people that are running auto recyclers now.
Yep.
We don't call them junkyards anymore. They aren't. Okay. Back in the day when you'd go and you'd strip something off or whatever, that was a junkyard, and they'd go to the crusher. Now everything's inventoried, everything is cleaned up. It's put on racks in warehouses, and a lot of these places are online now. You can find whatever you want all over the world. It's not just North America. You can find parts for cars everywhere. What I really like, little things that people, when they're trying to do restorations and that they have trouble finding sometimes, you won't think of it too much, but the badge. Okay? The badges can be hard to find sometimes because a lot of times those are the first things to break off because they're just white metal in there and they're just
Yep.
screwed in from behind. And they just disappear, right?
And it looks so wonderful on your car when you have them, right? So
Oh.
this even has the original badge plate again, Kevin. We were looking at on the Alpina earlier, but there's the Toyota one right there. Does it show us the date of the September 1973, George?
Yep.
That's the date on it there. And you're talking about the auto recyclers and everything, and we're going to go take a trip and have a little adventure today. We're going to go to a special auto recycler. It's actually a U-Pull. And I don't know if we're going to find one of these there today. We're going to sure have a look when we're there. And you're able to go and actually look for all the parts that you want for your car, and you bring your own tools and you fix it all up yourself. You take all the parts off that you want, and they charge you a price for it, and you save a lot of money because of it. So
Yeah, and I would call that a cross, kind of a midway between the old style, old-fashioned junkyard
yeah,
and the new auto recyclers where everything's inventoried and you order the part and they bring it out to you and everything. They do the work. You're going to pay a little premium for that, but of course the guys and gals taking this stuff off probably know how to take them off properly without breaking things. This place we're going to go to is a little bit of a blend of both. So
We're doing the work at this place,
to
yeah.
allow you to get in there, and if you're willing to do the work, you're going to get it for a better price.
it costs $2 to get in, too.
Well, you
Each.
guys got to make money somewhere. Come on, that's
Yeah.
$2 to explore. $2. Come on.
The adventure's on.
All I want to say is, I want to go to this junkyard too. Oh, not a junkyard. Let's go to this fancy U-pick.
It's a U-Pull.
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 Okay.
It's a U-Pull.
So it's not like a strawberry U-pick, it's a U-Pull.
It's a U-Pull. That's right. That's probably
The U-pick is
probably
for
a U-pick
blueberries.
next door. I don't know.
What's totally awesome, I've been to a lot of salvage yards, a
Yeah.
lot of great parts, all kinds of saving a lot of
Yeah.
money. I've never, ever been to one where I go out and take the parts off myself. That's going to be super cool. When we do
Yeah.
this now?
We're doing this now, and
doing
we
this
bring our own tools with us. When we go in, they actually check our toolboxes to see what
Right
we're
on.
taking in and stuff, and there's like little wheelbarrows to push to put the parts in.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take my
Oh,
whole
hey,
toolbox.
engines.
Let's figure out what sockets to take and let's go.
If I'm leaving,
Or,
no, I must be gone.
I know it's late. I know you're weary.
So we're going to do the Seeger. It's like on a long and lonesome highway
Don't include
east of
me.
Omaha.
What song's that?
Oh,
Still here we
yeah,
are.
what is it? On a long and lonesome
Both of us
highway
know it.
east of Omaha. You can hear the diesel engine moaning out its
Somewhere to
one-note
stay.
song. Trying to think of that. Star again, I think so. Here I am on the road again.
Oh, yeah.
Here I am up on the stage. Here I go.
Well, it was long ago and it was far away, and it was so much better than it is today.
I couldn't take it any longer, Mom. I couldn't
So
take it
much
any longer.
better than it
Man,
is
I was crazed.
Oh, guys checking it out. Look,
Trans Am says it all.
Trans Am says it all.
Yeah.
Is he finding something for that Trans Am here? That would be sweet.
Got a set of scales here just in case you're getting a lot of parts. They can just weigh it.
All right, who's paying for me? I didn't bring a damn dime with me. I forgot about the $2.
Are we locked in here? Let's do
Yeah,
it.
you are. Captive audience, get out now.
Yeah.
I had to get my favorite poison.
Oh, great. Now we're going to have to blur that out.
Gonna have to blur that out, I know.
So there's a location over there, George, where they're taking all the fluids and everything out of the vehicles
All right.
and removing all the hydrofluorocarbons and all that kind of stuff.
Say that 6 times fast for me, will you? There's a tongue twister. Hydrofluorocarbons.
Way over, there's a map, but on that side is all the import vehicles. Way over on that side,
Okay.
we're in this ginormous, and that wasn't a beer opening, by the way. That was
No, that was a can of pop. Yeah. I find it interesting how they've got them sitting on rims.
Yeah.
I don't know how safe that is, but obviously it's a proven concept.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're in the big domestic area. This is all domestic. In this location, it's huge. Way at the back, they have trucks, and again on the left, lots of domestic stuff. We've got our little. They give you a little wheelbarrow here that you can put your tools in. Signed a little waiver when we came in. We can show you that later. And yeah, we're just gonna check this out. So George, you're mentioning about these rims, even though it looks like it's a little bit precarious.
It's welded.
Yeah, they've got one rim perpendicular to the other. It's welded. Yeah, that's
It's kind of clever.
I don't know. Don't see a CSA sticker on it, but maybe I wouldn't crawl totally under, but I think it'd be.
Oh, I'm sure
it'll
people
hold up the car.
I'm sure people are crawling under there all the time. It's for a taillight lens. I don't know what we're looking at. It's an 05 something. But you know, I mean, let's face it. You drive forward, not backwards, right? So
Yeah.
it's not all pitted.
The Ultima.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Ultima. So any of our friends out there have a 2.5S.
Extra.
There are some nice and clear taillights for you. An 05 Ultima.
C220. And yeah, this is in rough condition. But the car is still here. People have been pilfering it already. There's no trunk. Look, the guy that had this before obviously was doing a heck of a lot of painting. His painting supplies here, all this painting stuff.
Oh,
He liked chocolate milk. I don't know. Anyway.
it's kind of cool. Got like
There's
a story to
contractor.
this car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a story here. There's a
There's
history.
a story. But he was driving it for a while. I guess he had some problems. I see the exhaust on the bottom. Looks like it's half there.
Well, he probably drove it into the ground.
And look, old familiar territory. Remember this?
Yeah.
We had our little, we were going, is that a torque or is that an L? And this is a little plate that we took off. Remember the one there, the one under there, and the one over there? This is where the spark plugs were, right? Ah, the memories.
Memories, yes. But anyway, what are we here for today? What
So I think we're going to get that little
taking off
piece
today?
that we just talked about on the windshield wiper. I
Okay.
was just telling Kevin here, when I first got mine, it's easier to see on this other side. This is so minor, but it's useful to have. It's a little plastic piece that just holds your blade in place. And it's this little piece here. And mine just snapped, and so see if we can get that off. There's a bigger thing here. I don't know how easy or hard this is going to be. You guys have both been in my car before, and you've noticed how when you're sitting in the passenger seat in the front, the seatbelt you got to put in a couple times and jam it to get it to go. Come on over here, Kev. I don't know. Might be for today, might be for another day. There is the same seatbelt piece.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Can we get that off? I don't know.
We're going to investigate
We're going to investigate that.
Anything, you know, the
Yeah.
place to get it?
But little plugs and gizmos and stuff. I don't need any of this radio stuff. Little thing that turns your headlights on and off. That might be useful to have. It's cheap. It only costs $1. So you can get the replacement gas tank on here for $1, whatever, you know, happens to still be on the car. And the one thing, though, that I was looking for, and the reason I came here in the first place, one of my blinker lights in the front, the little plastic things fell off. Someone's already done me a favor here and taken this one off.
What broke on yours?
On mine, this broke and this broke.
Okay, so the retaining tabs, the clips that allow it, you know, when you slide it in here, it's apart completely now.
Yeah.
But you slide it in, and the tabs are supposed to catch and clip
Into a place that's no longer
into
there,
a place that's no longer here on this one. But they just slide in. So once those break, then it's not going to hold itself very well.
Absolutely. And what
it's just
happened
going to
is
flop loose.
this, you just slide and that allows you to pull it out. People don't know how to do that. They accidentally
So
take it
that's
out the
this
wrong way. Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a little spring tensioner. You compress it, and that allows you to put it on, take it off. And if people don't know, they start yanking and they start breaking things.
And this is almost perfect for what I need for today. It's the right size, everything. These are expensive. These sell individually just for this piece. People want to sell them for $60 on eBay, US, you know.
What are we going to get it for here?
I think here we're probably looking at $7. Now, the only unfortunate thing here is sometimes you're going to get them in perfect condition. Whatever happened here, the actual seal.
Just the glue. Yeah.
So we're going to have to get some glue and glue that back together. But I think that'll do the trick. And
but the nice thing is you can fix this because you've got these little, you can't see them very well on the camera, I don't think there, Kevin, but there's little tabs here. Yeah. All right, and there's a ridge, and this is going to help you line it up. All right, so it's going to help you line it up into the place that it needs to go, so that it lines up, and it's all
Wonderful.
in there, right? So you could even silicone, clear silicone as a bead around there, and then put it in place, let that silicone dry. It's going to stay on there, and it's going to be fine.
Wonderful.
And that'll water seal it as well, right?
Yeah.
So the silicone would be a nice touch. Put it on there, let it dry nicely. You can buy 35-year clear silicone now. Car won't be around 35 years from now,
absolutely.
I don't think. and if it is, I want to know.
Absolutely.
Because it'll be a classic for sure, but then you've got a part. So, $50, $60 on eBay. How much from the Mercedes dealer? Do we even want to go there?
Exactly.
That'd be just scary.
Yep.
Import, of course. $7 at a U-Pull.
Wonderful. And the other benefit to this, probably, everyone's worried about them being a bit fogged up on their blinkers or their headlights. We can probably give that a nice clean on the inside first. Got to get it nice and clean as well, so make a little job out of it. And
well, the thing with that, especially on the outside, and we're not going to be able to show this today, and this is contoured, so it'd be a little trickier, but you can buff a lot of this stuff out. You know how they get yellowy or they get a little cracks and stuff? Yeah. You can use a very, very fine grit, like a 2000 grit wet sandpaper or something, just very lightly, and then you get a good sealant car polish, a car wax polish, and put it in afterwards and buff it all nice, and this is going to look like it's brand new.
Wonderful.
Okay, so there's the part.
Love it.
So why don't we put that aside? Put that in the wheelbarrow. You're going to buy that.
Part number one.
So I grabbed, I mentioned earlier, didn't know what to get, didn't know what we're going to get into. I got a rag, can of pop.
He's got everything he needs.
Got some gloves, hacksaw in case we have to cut something. I got some arrangements of sockets, ratchets, wrenches. There should be enough to get what we want to get. I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to have a look at that seatbelt, see what that's going to be. Take it out. Who knows? Maybe the seat got to come out first. Maybe I need a special Torx bit. I'll have a look at that. Let's take a walk around the car, see what else might be interesting, and then we'll report back.
Okay.
Sounds perfect.
And the interesting thing is, when we were speaking to the folks at the front, when we came in and everything, we're going to save money here. That's why it's called a U. By us doing the labor, they can pass those savings on to us. And the other advantage to that is, remember, do it yourself, all this stuff. We're going to learn stuff as we go. So by taking the component out yourself, you're going to learn how it goes back in. Right?
Absolutely.
Sort of like reverse engineering, and that's going to help you, because then you're not as likely to make any of the classic mistakes, or worse yet, break the part that you bought to put in. Right? Because you're going to know how it came out in the first place.
And you know what else? We get to have all kinds of real man fun.
I'm good.
Yeah. How many vehicles do you figure are in this yard, just at a rough estimation? Look at all the cars just everywhere.
A rough estimate, Wow, it's going back here 20, 30, 40 cars that way, 10 cars, 10 cars deep that way. I don't know, but do a little bit of math later on and maybe report back. Actually, there's two wonderful ladies out front that, when we came in, told us all about it, answered some questions, and George will fill you in later on some of the details and the story behind the Kenny U-Pull.
Yes.
Up here.
Started in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Exactly. So we're going to get checking on this thing. Oh, looks like this one rolled actually. But anyways,
Either that or somebody was at the drive-in
Somebody was
and they
dancing
were a
on the
little
roof.
too heavy for that roof. That's what it. But holy Jesus,
Yeah.
that sun, man, that's hot.
and I think we'll take a quick look at well, we're kind of in the import section here, dabbling, but still some domestic stuff. But we'll see what other crazy cars are around as well.
Sounds perfect. All right.